But anyways, I wanted to speak on some topics. The first one I'm going to get into is false statements. Second one is self-worth. Third one is achievements, and the last one, the jig is up. I'm sitting back in my bed, relaxing, doing a podcast. Who would have known? This is how far technology has gotten us, where you can sit back, relax, and do a podcast in your own bed. That's amazing, huh? Yeah. This is on my new album. This is another track that I made. Check that out. Gold teeth money, honey. Honey, gold teeth money. Yeah, enough about my music. I don't really brag a lot. I don't like to brag a lot anyway. It's not really important. But yeah, I've been going for a minute. You heard me last time with Marcy for MLK and her podcast, which is Power to Common People. I apologize if we got into any disputes, but that's what we do sometimes. We debate and have discussions and conversations. And that's what this is about as adults. We sometimes don't agree fully on things, but it's always good to debate and discuss about them and find information in a common ground because that's what adults do. You don't act like wild, savage beasts and attack each other. We sit down and have conversations and try to figure out our different viewpoints to where we can find a solution. So, yeah, I'm back and I just wanted to speak on some information and stuff that I know. And the first thing I wanted to get off because I um seen this from some random con artist that's probably trying to get my podcast blocked or stuff blocked. I am not a Muslim. I've never been a Muslim. I have nothing against Muslims. Um, I think it's a great religion. I think it's good for young men who want to find a different way out of their environment and get a understanding of knowledge of themselves and what they're able to accomplish. That's their opinion. Like I said, like a religion, just like Judaism, being a Catholic or a Christian or a Jehovah's Witness, whatever steers you in the right path for the Most High, because everybody has their own path in life. Nobody should be discouraged on not to complete that path or either to be told that they are not able to achieve something due to the fact that they're involved with a group, religion, or any type of how can I say that, esoteric knowledge. Um, I would say congregation or people that they congregate with. Everybody has the right to choose their own path in life, long as you are not hurting, harming, trying to purposely brainwash or influence people. My podcast is not influencing people because I don't have millions of followers. I don't influence kids because there's not tons of kids listening to me. I don't have that power. Okay. And on top of that, so that's one thing. I'm not a Muslim. Okay. I'm not a part of Black Lives Matter. Never been, never have. Never stated this on any podcast. Never told anybody this. Never told anybody I was a Muslim. Told nobody none of these things. I'm not a part of any type of groups. I'm not a part of any type of religious groups. Okay. So you got that down. Okay. I'm not a Black Panther. Never have been one. I'm not a part of a religious group or any type of militant groups. Okay. So I'm not a Muslim, not a Black Panther, not a part of Black Lives Matter. I did live in a Black Panther shelter when I was very young as a kid because at that time the shelters were closed and that was the only one that accepted us for a small portion of time. And they did help us out to get an apartment. And this is when I was around like probably 7 years old. So I have no memories of what happened in there, but it was just I know we were there for like probably a month at a shelter, and then they helped us get a place, and then we got a place, and that was pretty much about it. So once again, I'm not a part of any group that has any type of religious, militant, or any type of I guess standpoints or political unrest against the government or the government itself, because I don't know how everything operates in this society, because there's a lot of hidden agendas and people that are working for agencies that are double agents. You know, double agents in the game. So you got to be very careful what you say on these social media platforms and on these podcasts. So I can give the facts. Um, I'm not a convicted felon. I don't want people to believe just because I come from the inner city. I don't want to put a falsely appearance about myself and try to capitalize on being from the inner city and use that as a way to gain more publicity, because I know that's another way people do. They'll try to say I come from the projects and I come from this neighborhood and people shoot and kill and whoop de whoop and we get down and you know what I mean, where I'm from is real. You know, I'm not supposed to do all that because that's called big capping. You know, there's places all over the world where it's dangerous. United States is the least most dangerous neighborhoods or urban areas. Until you step out of the country, you'll understand, because I've been out of the country and I understand that there's places way more worse than United States. And the poverty levels are way below living standards. Here, people are treated like kings and queens in the poverty level somewhat. But what they choose to do to their own surroundings is up to them. You know what I mean? It's like you may be born in a situation to where you don't have a lot. That does not mean that you cannot achieve or strive to get a lot. And it does not mean you need to sit around and wait for somebody to give you something and hope that you're going to get a lot by not doing anything. So take that in stride. Understand that, like I said, I came from a poverty area too. I lived in the projects. I didn't come from the riches. Um, we used sheets for curtains before. Same thing. You heard it before. I used to shop at the 99-cent store. My gourmet meal was noodles. And I used to go to Food for Less and get the chicken there. That was a special, and chop it down and put it in the noodles. I get the hot links and chop it down in the noodles. We didn't eat gourmet food. We didn't have a lot. But what I did do, I know that I had to achieve more to get out of my environment to create a better standards of living for myself. So it can be done, because I've seen people from third world countries come here to America and achieve the same thing with no type of knowledge of conversation or even speaking the English language. And they were able to do it. So if they were able to do it working at a fast food restaurant and having two jobs, you're able to do it. Because when I was younger, I had three jobs. I started working at age 11. Like I said before, my other podcast, I did a paper route. Then I did a subscription job where I went door to door doing subscriptions. Then from there, I got a job working in retail. Then from there, I got a job working fast food restaurant. Then from there, from working at a job, I would go to a continuation school. From the continuation school, I would go to college. Then from college, I'll go to work. So I knew what it was at a young age to get something. And this is at age 17 and 18 and 19. I worked all those years. I never sat around just being a lazy bum, because, my family put that in me. And plus my mother, she always installed those type of, mindset skills to me to let me know that I would have to go out and do stuff for myself. There was nobody's going to come and pat me on the back or give me stuff for free. It's not going to happen like that. I have to go and work for it. And plus, seeing my uncles and family members go out and achieve their goals, it motivated me to do the same thing. That's why I have this podcast. Like I said, I invested in myself. This is my second company. First company I had was Mafie Records, spelled Mafie. It's spelled a little different. It's not spelled, but Mafie Records had that in 2001, I would say, to 2002 or 2003. And then I got this second company, Intelligent Sounds. And I had this from 2019 until now. Both of the trademarks are not alive on you know, the trademark is, the actual website, but I still use my logo and everything else to keep it alive. As long as I do that, I can still receive the income or anything of that nature if I choose to use this or either to receive or, how it goes. But anyway, yes. Okay. That's just some things about me. So the reason why I put that first one down about false statements, um, I'm still dealing with a person that I don't deal with anymore. This person, I've stopped talking to them for many a years, and certain people are cut off. Don't be apologetic for cutting people off that don't have any type of value with your time. Like I said, I love family, I love people, I love friends, I love to associate with people. But at the same time, I know it's more important for me to handle my personal business in life. I can't depend on other people to handle it for me. I can't depend on other people to wait for me. I can't depend on other people to give me something and to think that I'm going to be entitled to something from them for the rest of their life. It doesn't work that way in life. So, with that said, don't let other people hold you back from your dreams. Like I just said, your endeavors, your mission in life to go out and meet new people or learn a new religion or join something or just do anything with your life. Don't let people mislead you into not achieving your common goals in life because everybody needs to achieve something. They want to do something, they want to be something, they want to have some type of goal that they have set to where it's being seen as they have completed it and now they can show others that they've done something much more constructive with their lives instead of just sitting around doing nothing and complaining. So, with that said, yes, I'm gonna get into my first topic: false statements. I'm gonna put a little bit music on for a little moment, real quick. Yeah, it's on me. Yeah, it's on me. So, yeah. With that said, I want to get into my first topic. My first topic is false statements. So, I have a few people I don't deal with anymore. Some of them are closely related. It's not that I have any hatred towards these people. It's not that I have any kind of belittlement about them. It's just that when it comes to being an adult, I feel you have to grow up and take care of yourself. Nobody's not entitled to what you worked for. Nobody's not entitled to what you went out and grind and hustled and did all of the footwork to gain. When you get that goal, that's your goal. You the one who ran that race. If you choose to help people out, that's what you choose to do. That's a good thing too. Also, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with helping anybody. But don't let people try to ruin your life and spread false statements about you. Try to break you down or make you feel like as if you're not achieving something or that you should be a lesser of a person around them because some reason they're not happy with what you have done with your life and the things that you have put together to make yourself much more comfortable. You see what I mean? Because I'm finding this out the hard way too. The hard way I'm finding it out is that this person has been going around spreading rumors about me. They've been telling people that I rape kids. They've been telling people that I'm gay. I have AIDS. Just all this type of stuff. And like I said, I offer this person to come to a court with me. Person got scared, didn't want to show up because I know slander and defamation a person can't do. Like I said, I've never received any type of letter from the CDC. I've never infected any female I laid down with, had sex with. None. None at all. Like I said, the 11 females I ever had sexual intercourse with or had any type of sexual, you know, or how can I say this, sexual conduct with, um, nothing's wrong with them. They have kids, beautiful children now. Some of them married. Some of them have big jobs in corporate businesses and companies. Most of them graduated college. Nothing. So, people will try to find ways to bear false information about you with false statements. They want people to have a bad feeling about you. So that way they can always dominate over you. They can always look as if that they're somebody better than you because they don't really feel better about themselves. So they want other people to have a false awareness or a false description about you. But then when confronted face to face, they're going to run like a coward and they're going to retract everything that they said. They're not going to tell you the truth. They're going to come up with a lie. They're going to come up with somebody else told them or they heard it from somewhere or somebody else said this. Be very careful those type of people because they're cowards. Anybody that tell you somebody else said something and they bring it to you and that person can't come face to face with you and say it to your face and they tell you another person said something, they're just trying to lead you into a trap to somebody that really does not like you and they're trying to set you up for either to be hurt, attacked, or to cause you to look in a bad type of image because they want to put you out there. So they're just misleading you with lies and games and they're trying to see how far they can take you out. So don't let a person that's a coward make up stories about you. And when they do, confront them. What I do nowadays is if I meet somebody who tries to act hecka hard or talk like they're from some type of gang or they're known and everybody fears them and all this, oh, let me take a picture with you. Or let me put you on my live or let me show everybody I'm over here in the neighborhood with you. So everybody can see who you are. Then when I put you out there and you get your ass whooped and you get checked or you get ran off the block or whatever happens to you, that's your situation because you put yourself out there in a false statement. You want people to believe something about you that's not real. That's what I was saying to you. I'm not a Muslim. I'm not a part of Black Lives Matter. I'm not a Black Panther. I'm not a part of no civil unrest group. I'm not a part of no political group. I'm not a part of no religious group. I don't want people to have a false statement about me. I'm not no big dope dealer. That's why I was telling you that I don't have felonies. I don't promote violence. I don't promote killing and murder. On all my podcasts, you don't hear me talking about celebrity gossip too much at all, period. I don't talk about beating people down or catching them slipping and knocking them out or I'm supposed to rob their pockets and that he's a punk and all. I don't do things like that because that's to me more of a person who wants attention, like a childish type of mindset. And then when they get it, most of them can't even fight. Or when you get into a ring with them on a one-on-one, they don't even really want to fight. They want to take it to another level because they have a much more of a mental health issue. To me, it's like a feminine issue because to me, I've never been attracted to a man and I don't follow men around. Don't care what they're doing. Don't care about how much money they got. Don't care. It's not my problem. I'm not asphyxiated on looking at another man. To me, that sounds like you're into some type of undercover in the closet type stuff to where you want to have sex with that man or you want to be a homie lover friend. To me, that's the old key word we used to call people like that. That's the homie lover friend. He's in love with the homie. He's in love with his friends. He's infatuated with another man's personal, you know, body parts or something. I don't know what he's up to, but I'm not interested in what dude is doing. I'm interested in getting my own income, achieving my own status, creating my own brand, my own name. I don't care about what another man or woman is doing. That's irrelevant to me. There's tons of money in this world. Nobody can keep all of it. That's what I was told by OG, and I always thought about that in my mind. That makes sense. There's tons of money in this world. Nobody can keep all of it because if they did, everybody would be after their ass and everybody would be attacking that one person, and that person would be under attack every day. So when I'm saying to you that there's enough space in this world for everybody to make a place for themselves to create what they want to create and be who they want to be without causing anybody else problems, difficulties, or issues. And that's what I always look at. I'm not into trying to promote anything that's falsely. I'm not into giving people energy to create false narratives. And I definitely don't want to be a part of anything that is not real. You know? So that's why I said this person has been putting out these false statements about me. They've been telling people about this stuff about me. They've been contacting law enforcement. But the funny thing about the person is the person wants to be a gangster or they want to be a part of some type of gangster life, but they're not really a part of that life. Actually, one of the most scariest people I've ever met before in my life. You know, I've never met a person that calls the police on somebody but wants to be a gangster. But then 5 minutes later will call the police on you when you come approach them and then want the police to come help them because they're afraid that somebody's going to get them. And with that said, be very weary about who you're around because this is the day and age of a lot of false people, false prophets, false accusers, people with mental health issues, people that are not happy with themselves, people that are trying to bring you into a lower vibration of energy. They don't feel like you should be achieving anything. So they're going to say stuff about you. But then when confronted by themselves, they'll call and scream and yell wolf. You know, they're afraid. That's why the biggest mouth in the room is always the scariest person in the room. That truly is real. You know, when you meet people that have all this negative stuff to say about somebody, they're usually the most scariest person you can meet when they're by themselves with that same person they're talking about. Their narrative will change and they'll start talking about you, about what you said to that person, and they'll switch it up. Be very weary about people like that, because they're always looking to be a false prophet. Everything comes out of their mouth is lies. They'll tell you a lie that they believe in the Most High, that they're with the church, they're sanctified, and the Spirit comes to them, and they don't even help people in their own family. They don't even remember the birthdays of their own nieces and nephews. They don't even have no connection with everybody in their family. They're jealous of everybody in their family. They want to control the narrative because they can't control themselves in their own life and they haven't achieved nothing. And when you see a person that has never achieved anything, that's why they want to control everything around they're at because they don't know really what they're really good at and they don't know what they can really do in their own life. So they need to control everybody else's information so they can cause chaos. Those are agents of chaos to me. And like I said, we have them in our own families, our own friends, people we associate with. You got to be very careful. I told you about the situation that I was going through when I was working at a job. The people at the job, they went into my stuff, stole my wallet. They stole a phone that I used for the site for a company when I was doing security. They were just thieves. I caught them in the act of allowing people to steal. I told my company, and instead of them doing what they're supposed to do and contacting law enforcement, they made a false statement about me. They told them that I was allowing people to spray perfume on them on a display that has free perfume to be sprayed. So you can tell when people are who they are. They're liars, deceivers, they're false prophets. They're just not real. You don't want to engage with these type of people. And they will expose themselves and through just discussions, conversations. You can bring them in front of other people and they would say stuff that's very ignorant about you or anything else. Like, oh, when I was a friend of his, I didn't really like the way he talked. And, later on, I just dealt with it now. They're very lost. They're delusional. They think that people owe them something and they think that they are better than other people. So they want to come up with this false narrative to manipulate you to make you believe that, oh, yeah, I'm better at everything, but I don't have anything, but I need you to make me look better. But then I can sit here and belittle you and act like as if I am something much more powerful than you when I have nothing really to offer in life but using you. And like I said, this lady, she used my identity, my social security number, talk bad about me, but she's a big coward. You see what I mean? Very big coward. She won't confront me, can't say nothing to my face because she's a liar. And when you're a liar and you're a coward, it's not a lot you can do. And for somebody to call me all these names and talk about me, why the hell would you be using my identity and my social security number and follow me around when I don't need nothing from you and don't want to have nothing to do with you? And you're constantly begging to know what I'm doing. I don't care about you because I have moved on to better and bigger things in my life and serve my purpose to help others or to achieve things that I need to do to show others that I have done it and they can do it also. So why would I waste all my energy and time with a person like you that's not doing anything but just looking to belittle and spread false information, rumors, and statements about me because you don't like your own life and you're not going nowhere in life and you've been there for multiple years not doing anything and had all the opportunities and money to do something. And look at yourself now. It's sad because this person is way older than me. And I don't think they'll be much more intelligent and wiser with their decisions and conversation and the things that they do and how they conduct themselves. But you can see that age does not give you experience and knowledge. It just shows that you sometimes could be an old, dumb fool. And you can be a wise young man or young woman. It doesn't matter. You just got to know nowadays not to engage with people because some of them are not good-hearted people. And they don't have your best of interests at heart, period. They don't even care. They're just looking to use someone to achieve things that they never achieved. And that's why what the OGs would say, be wary about who you're around and guard your blessings because some people are looking to steal them from you. They want to take what you are good at and they want to use it against you so they can gain something above you. And then now they can run off with that and then go and proceed to do more devilish activities. Yeah. Sometimes it be like that. I don't really want to make it sound like as if I'm a person putting out any negative energy, but when you have a person that's contacting the police over multiple amounts of times, calling them frantically about nothing, and then when you see the person face to face, they're a coward and they're lying in your face, it just lets you see what type of person you're dealing with. A cowardly ass lion person. A coward lion. Like, the cowardly lion from the Wizard of Oz. Don't waste your time with some of these people. Some of these people ain't even worth it. So with that said, I'm going to get to my next topic. I'm going to play a little music and I'll be right back. All right, all right, all right, all right. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Yes, I'm back. It never stopped. Yeah. All right. So on the second topic, I apologize. I'm trying to multitask right here and I'm reaching for something and doing something else. So I didn't mean to say topic. So on the second subject topic that I wanted to talk about was self worth. People spread these false statements about you, but you got to value yourself at a higher level. Um, Most people will lower themselves down to where these people are at and argue with them and scream and yell and go on social media. Don't do that. Like I said, I had a person that was on social media saying stuff about me. Um, I did confront them. I kind of got involved with it a little bit. I ended up seeing a person in public. Person was nothing like they talked about. It was a joke. I kind of felt like, that's a bait trap, you know. And then when I seen the person once again had called the police, made a big scene about it. Nothing had never happened. It was on Facebook. It was just a normal discussion that I had with a gentleman about my music and my art. Another person said my music was stupid. He said it sounded like cartoons or something. I didn't really pay attention to him. Between the conversation, I didn't um, get involved with it. But then when I had a conversation between me and another person in a chat, he then involved himself again in our chat. That's when I confronted him, told him blah blah blah. Like I said, nothing came out of it. It just shows me that some people are very thirsty to create problems in their lives because they don't have nothing going for themselves. They're not in school, they're not at work, they're not being productive, they're not trying to invest in a company, they're not doing anything. They're just looking to be destructive in society. And maybe, you know, this is the reason why the Most High kind of eliminates certain people because they're not doing his tasks. With that said, self worth, knowing who you are, I achieved a lot of things, you know. Like I said, the woman and the people that were talking about me prior, they had said my music had sound like video game music. They had came up with all these type of things, right? Um, Knowing that these songs got over 3,000, 4,000, one has 10,000 hits. So it just lets me see people will do anything they can to belittle you and make you feel like you're nothing because they can't achieve it. And when you're achieving it, they need to bring you down to their level of nothingness so they can tell you about nothing. Because if they were able to achieve something, they wouldn't be sitting around talking, they would be out doing it. So, what type of person that lets you know will sit around telling you about yourself when they haven't achieved nothing? If you're going to talk about something, be about something. So that's what I'm saying. Self worth. My self worth would be that I have accomplished, like I stated before, being a fireman for 10 years, wildland fire. When I was doing it, it was a lot of young black males and some older that have done it. They achieved a lot of stuff in that time of their experience and also their working in that field. Um, at my age, I was only 23, I think, or 24 when I first. No, when I first got into fire, I was probably 21 because I went from the California Conservation Corps. That was in Camarillo. I was doing, lightweight home demolition construction work with them. I did, I would say, after that, we did a lot of agricultural work. Then we did trail work. Then we did, I would say, gardening and things of that nature. Um, I learned a lot of different skills. And then from there on, I had been at that site for like 3 years. And one of my friends and my family members said, "Hey, you might as well go on and try to see if you can go into the fire program," which was at um Camarillo for a moment, but I think they had moved it or something. And then they said, no, we don't have it no more. They said you have to go to a place called Butte. And that was in Northern California, but I was already in Southern. They said, oh, it's another place too, also. And I said, what was this place called? And they said, oh, it's past San Diego. It's called La Cima Fire Center. They said the center used to be for inmates that did fire, because California also allows inmates who are low level in uh the defenders or something like that, or defendants are people who have done low level crime to still participate in working and getting their degree in fire. So the low level offenders were able to get those jobs and get certifications and get qualified to work in fire. So when they closed down the center, the California Conservation Corps, they got funding, and when they got funding, they then teamed up with the California Department of Forestry, which is CDF, and they brought captains up there to train the young kids, which I ended up being one. Um, Went to the academy, passed the fire training. I got a bunch of certifications, certificates. I achieved a lot. Became a crew leader there. There's a lot of stuff I couldn't have never done if I never went out and found my self worth in life. If I would have never went out and adventured and seen that I can do other things, I would be lost in the sauce, still in the Bay Area, doing nothing with my life, with no achievements, not having no self worth, not having no type of identity, being angry at the system and wasting my time yelling and screaming and doing stuff that's not really productive, you know? So, yes, I found my self worth. And then from there on, from there on to the hot shots. So I stayed there. So all in all, I did 10 years in fire. So that showed me a lot. And I started from the very lower point of being a part of a type 2 fire crew to being a type 1 fire crew to being a lead hotshot. And, I started first with the CCC, California Conservation Corps, and they allowed us to do a lot of logistics, and we were doing inventory and logistics. Like basically a lot of the fire crews would come to the camp. We would exchange their clothes, gloves, stuff of that nature. We'll do all their canteens. They need rations. They'll sign out for it. I got a chance to know how to, do inventory information, put down the amounts each crew got, and then, you know, that's what kind of why I went to school for accounting, equity, liability, and assets. So I learned, you know, slowly. Then after that, I went to the type 2 fire crew where they had us have these little things. They nicknamed them piss pumps. We would get those and we would go out. And whenever we would go to I guess, incident, they would have us around the other type 2 crews and we would just do the low level cleanup. Like if a fire came too close to the fire camp, they'll deploy us and tell us to get our stuff ready, and we'll get our little McLeods and our little Pulaskis and, you know, little rakes and help out what we can to make sure that the camp was not going to be targeted by the fire. And if the winds changed, we wouldn't get any ambers that would set anything off. We would clear cut and go crazy. And people would be happy that we, had that motivation as young children. So stepped it up, levels and levels and levels. You know what I mean? So after that achievement, knowing my self worth, I then invested in myself, bought a company, made some money off of that. Then after that, went to college, achieved some more certifications or certificates. Then from there on, bought another company, achieved some more off of that. So now, I'm going to the next level. I'm going to achieve some more. So that's what I'm saying. You got to know your self worth. Don't let people depict you in a manner to where you feel like you're not nothing in life based upon their opinions, because opinions like assholes. Everybody has one. No disrespect. It's pretty much the truth. And everybody farts and poots and takes number twos. So nobody's not perfect on this planet. They may want you to perceive they are based upon their look, but their look is nothing. There's been people on this planet that look like anything for years, and they're not nothing still to this day. Like I said, there's kings and queens that been here, and don't nobody even remember them or the kingdoms. They only remember the Most High, the creator of all life. So, serve your purpose. Be happy with yourself. Don't let people um, place you into a position to where you cannot grow and develop in life because that's their whole mission. People in this society that we live in, this Western society, they depict people based upon their wealth or their financial status or how they look. They're mentally ill here. But they want you to believe that everybody's lives matter, or people rights matter, or their sexual preference matter, or we should let people do it, but they don't even have the same type of same presumption mind state to see another person as another human being and give them dignity based upon their race, color, creed, origin, or other things of this nature. We deal with this every day. We see it on the news in America every single day. It's done. We just seen yesterday was a mass shooting in Maryland. I think the young girl took her own life. So we see how life is very, how can I state this, very valuable to you. Don't waste it. Because you see, this young person wasted their life based upon her presumption, her feelings, her mindset, and what she thought life was worth. So she wanted to devalue others by destroying them. And some people are debating now, should the family members be held accountable because um, I guess they were reluctant to reach out, and people are saying that they had problems with this person, and you know, not knowing your self worth and your value, and your own family is not seeing you as a value, or not seeing that you have a problem just based upon your color, your creed, or your race, or your economic financial status. It shows a lot that people are not really here like you think they are. Sometimes some people are just gone. They don't have the same feelings and emotions, and people around them can see the signs. But due to their financial status and who they are and how they look, people will avoid the big elephant in that room and allow them to just act out until it becomes a very harsh predicament to where they end up hurting other people. Then now the consequences, I think, should be placed upon the parents. Because, like I said, with people in my neighborhood that were little black boys and girls, if they were caught with a gun or firearm or drugs, they would scold the parents. They would even, I mean, I heard some places where they even take the parents' money or income if they're on social services or anything of that nature. They have even removed the parents out of these housing projects or even these government programs and made them unstable, and they have lost everything just based upon the action that their child done. So I think the same thing should be done. We're transparent, right? If we're all Americans and we all see from the same eyes and we all have hands, we all have feet, we all have legs, we all are human beings here. Thus far, from what I know, we all walked erect, straight up. So, yeah, transparency right there. The parents should get blamed for everything. I think that should be the new protocol. If you're not teaching your kids properly and you're not scolding them and you're not disciplining them, or you're not letting people know that your child is an unstable individual, you should be held accountable, you know? And plus, especially if you're buying your kids firearms at a young age and you're teaching them how to shoot, and they don't even have the mind state that's stable enough to understand the normal necessities of life, and you're giving them a gun that can kill somebody and harm someone, yeah. So once again, know your self worth. Know what your value is in life. Know that you have to value life and value others' lives too. Also, you can't just go around here attacking people based upon your own personal feelings. I don't like a lot of people. I don't mess with their property. I don't mess with their cars. I don't mess with their income. I don't try to sabotage them. That's my personal opinion of a person. We all have personal opinions. Some people don't like onions. Some people like oranges. Some people like apples. Tomato, tomato. It doesn't matter. That's your opinion in life. It still does not give you the right to go around harming or hurting or trying to be judgmental of other people. You can disagree with them, like, hey, I don't like those guys out there. They're yelling about protesting against Biden or something like that nature. That's their opinion. Remember, this is a free country. We all have the right to express ourselves in our own manner, as long as it does not hurt anyone, harm anyone. It does not cause anyone to have any type of effect or any type of issue to where they are being placed and forced with this information, force fed. We all can see information. Like I said, I used to come from San Diego back to the Bay Area to visit family after my fire season. And, I would drive through San Francisco or go back up to Oakland or go back up to the Bay Area, other places, and just see people that I know, friends and family. And, when you come to San Francisco, that town is fully a LGBTQ town. So they had events, and sometimes, I'll be coming back not knowing where I'm at or knowing the events because I'm not in that community. And they would have events where people are walking down the street naked. Now, to my opinion, that's not appropriate in some manner, but that's their own freedom of speech, and that's what the city allows. That's what some of the laws allow. I cannot get out of my car and go chase people and punch them and get mad at them because that's their lifestyle. That's what they all have agreed on what they want to do. That's what the government and what the laws have been passed for them to allow them to do on that day that they want to do it. If I don't want to see it, I can always go another way. That's what I learned, to avoid things. Don't let them get to you so much to where you're so angry to you want to hurt somebody or harm somebody. If you have those type of feelings, I suggest you go get some therapy, or you go get yourself admitted to a asylum or something like that, because you're not going to be able to conduct yourself in society if you don't know how to keep your temperament at a normal level. Know your self-worth. Know who you are, what your capabilities are, what you need to change, what you need to achieve to change, and how you need to change those things within yourself. Know what you need to do. Don't devalue yourself. Don't place yourself on a lower level. And if people don't see your self-worth, go out and go build it yourself. You know what I mean? Do it yourself. Do it for less. You don't need people sometimes to tell you who you are. If you feel like you are a good singer and people don't see it, go practice. Practice. Practice makes perfect. If you want to get your body better, what do people do? They go work out. When they work out, they get better. They get stronger. They get leaner. They look better. They feel better. It's all about you. You are the one that needs to be sculpted in life to create the things that you want to create and the achievements that you want to get in life. That's upon you. You're here for a purpose. Don't waste it. And don't devalue yourself and thinking that you're not going to make it just based upon who you are, what you look like, and your income. Because like I said, I came from a very low income area. My family was not given tons of money. Some of them were very rich, but they did not reach out to me. Okay. I had to earn everything by myself. I did it self-made by the grace of the Most High, by the power of the King of heaven and earth, by his glory and by his divine intervention and his ordained will. And through prayer and my faith, I went out and did my own thing. I don't tell other people that you're going to get the same thing, because we don't all get the same result, because we're not living the same life. But at the same time, if you go out and work for it, you're going to achieve something in life to where you can show people that you have did something and that you know your self-worth. So with that said, I'm going to go into another song. I'm going to come back with the third topic, and we're going to rock it like that. Just like that. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. When I woke up, exactly. Um, Third topic of this Rose Room discussion is achievement. After I told you about the false statements people made about me, I went out, found my self worth. Sorry about that. I said self work, but yes, it is self work. You got to work on yourself. That is true. Um, Maybe it was meant for me to say that. So I'm gonna put that in there already. So I did the self work, found my self worth, and then now the achievements. Okay, so I was the only, I guess, second crew leader on that crew that I was in, the California Conservation Corps, that was of my nationality. The other crew leaders had been other nationalities. So it was only two black crew leaders, me and another one. And the other gentleman went on to become a captain. He, he was really a good dude. He helped a lot of people out. He was from an inner city place too. He was from a place worse than me. He's from Los Angeles, California. So I know. I also been through them areas. I have some friends from there. A lot of them achieved a lot. You know, a lot of them became captains, and now also um involved in helping their communities. So you know, my hat goes off to them. And like I said, also too at that time when I got to that that crew, we also went out of state. We were the first crew ever in history of California from the California Conservation Corps to go out of the state of California and fight a national disaster fire at our young ages. Like, we're in our 20s, like 21, 22, 23, young males ages, when you come into maturity. And to know that we made history, like I said, most of all the people on my crew came from the inner city. Nobody was from well, one of us was, I guess. One guy, he would always talk about his dad, and one of the dudes on the crew would always make fun of him because he was always talking about how rich his dad was. But yeah, yeah, he probably was the only prominent one out of us, but we don't really know that it was true. He could have been just capping too, also. But shouts out to him anyway. Yeah, but yeah, we all came from the most roughest areas. One of the dudes came from San Diego, Southeast. Me, I came from San Francisco, Visitation Valley area. Another dude was from San Bernardino, the IE, Inland Empire. Um, most of them was from East Los. Um, and a lot of them was from other places in between, like in California, a lot of very, very harsh environments that we would call urban areas, urban ghetto areas, or urban low income areas. And a lot of them were, like I said, everybody was involved. We're all from that era. Because remember, California, you know, during the early '80s, if you didn't know, in the '90s was very high on gang and street activity, turfs, blocks, sets, projects, hoods, neighborhoods. You know, it's a known fact. Most of the artists, entertainers, um, people that are athletes, people that are firemen, police officers, everybody. A lot of people came from one of these environments. They achieved the highest standards of quo. When they went to the upper echelon, they went up there. They did it. And you should look at that and use those type of you know, platforms, or either follow those type of footsteps, or either try to figure out how did they build and build with them, conversate, contact. You everybody's easy to reach. Nobody's not hard to reach out on this planet. We're all human beings. And plus, now we have social media. You can talk to anybody. I can talk to somebody way out in Timbuktu. I don't even know who they are. I had a conversation with somebody I think was in Africa. I think a little village in Africa. I sent them some music. Sent them about like 4 tracks. I don't know the guy, but I guess he made some songs off them. So I said, "Oh, cool." That's how easy everything's at the touch of your fingers now. But anyway, about that achievements. That's what I did. I achieved. I got my diploma. You know, got my awards. I achieved getting my academy, firefighters academy. I came in probably like I think 15th ranked, but I think it was probably like 20 people or 20 more. I think it's 25 of us, 25. So it's really hard to come in the first or second rank because it's really a lot of tasks you got to do there. Got to don the breathing apparatus. You got to lay out hose, fire hose. Um, there's different type of styles of fire hose, and you got to pack them up, roll them up. You got to do all these things in a certain amount of minutes. They had us go up this. I think it's one, two, three, four stairs, and you got to attempt to rescue. It's a lot of stuff. Propelling, it's just a lot of stuff. It's a lot of competition. It's a lot of um, you know, a lot of work being done and repetitions of it over and over repeatedly. And some people, I think I'm not sure if one or two of the dudes quit doing the whole thing because he couldn't keep up with the. He was very wasn't in shape. He was very tired and winded. I think they called the ambulance because he had got respiratory situations. Because during the day we may start with boom, we're doing the breathing apparatus, and after that's done, boom. Next thing you know, we got to go do the hose. The next thing, boom. It's kind of repetition. Okay, now you got to go up the 4 stairs and you got to bring this hose up there, and that hose weighs at least around like probably 50 pounds plus the gear you have on. So you're gonna go. This is what's gonna happen in real life. And I guess he couldn't. I guess he fell out. So it's really serious out here. It's not a game in life. And that's another thing. Achievements, working out. When I was younger, I was very small, skinny. I couldn't even lift. I would say 50 pounds. By the time I was out of there, I was lifting like 300 some pounds 10 times. So that was an achievement for me. You know, I didn't have no nutritionist. I didn't have all these type of things. I just hard work, working with people that I was in that the core with, and they basically in that camp we just fed off each other and feeding off each other, and we just start pumping iron, and we start pumping the iron so much that most of us built up really big. I got swole. I think I was about like 250 pounds all muscle. I was pretty big. Sitting at 6'1". Yeah, I was ripped. I was really big. Now I'm not as big. I'm probably like 220 something or 230 something. I'm older now. I'm 46 years old, so I'm not in the same young man shape I used to be. But I can still hit them, 50 push-ups on the set. I can still hit the 40. I can still hit off the chair. I can still get it. I'm not lost. I'm still benching my body weight. I can still bench my 200 and some pounds of my body weight. So I know I'm good. I'm not worried about that. But yeah, I'm not gonna be perfect. But yeah, I achieved something at that time. Achieved that. I also achieved getting my first responder, which I knew nothing about medical. I knew nothing about helping people. I knew nothing about how to prepare a person when they're injured. I didn't know how to use wraps to help a person if they're have a laceration. I didn't know what to do. I learned all that there. Tying up a gauze around a person, applying certain type of medical, supplies and things of that nature to a person, breathing apparatus, how to do how many different, pumps to their chest. And it's a lot you have to learn. And then the funny thing about it, when we did it was like, we would go out and work for like probably from, I think we got up at like 7 in the morning. You had to hurry up and be in line by 8 o'clock. So you had to hurry up and eat your food. You had to make sure that your uniform is ironed properly. You have to make sure you put cuffs and these creases in your bed, and they have to be cuffed up at the end. Then we have to have the uniform right. You have to have our name tag right, our helmet right. Your gloves got to be professionally done. Your boots got to be nice and polished sometimes, because we had inspection. Then we'll go out to our line, and we'll do like probably 200 push-ups or 100 push-ups. Um, Depending on what the captain wanted that day. Then we'll run a little bit, probably like for 2 miles, load up. Then we're out to the grade. We're working that whole day. We'll come back at 6 o'clock. So when you come back at 6 o'clock, you only get that much time to, I think it was six. Yeah, at 7 o'clock, you had to go to class. So from that time, you had to hurry up and eat, take a shower, and be at class. If you were missing more than certain classes, you're going to be kicked out. Because for some of them, it was mandatory that if you're on a certain cruise, you have to hurry up and be there. And the crew leader would make sure that you're there. If you're not there, that's a write up. Get two of those and you're gone. You ain't coming back to the center unless you get some letter from some type of family member or some tragic event or something. So it was a lot of people I felt sorry for because they did all the work, but they were really lazy. And when they got lazy and they got complacent, they just gave up. When they gave up, they got kicked out. And later on, I see them on the streets. Now, I had a friend from San Diego. I feel kind of sorry for him because the man was very, he had a very good personality, very strong. Man was like lifting 400 pounds at a young age. He was like probably 22. He was from Southeast too, also. He was from a Paru neighborhood. Very cool dude, very low key, nice, well mannered, good personality. Just told me some tragic stuff about his family, how he got into that situation, how he didn't really want to, but circumstances put him in that situation. So, yeah, he achieved a lot of stuff there, had worked hard, but I guess what happened was, I guess he went out to party, and instead of coming back, he got with a female, and he missed the ride back to the camp. When he missed the ride back to the camp, he couldn't get a ride. They wouldn't send a ride back down. So he missed one day, 2 days. If you miss 2 days, and boom, they kicked him out. And I feel very sorry for him. But I came back and I seen him. He was happy that I made it. And I was, kind of seen his position, his predicament. And I was like, wow, that could have been me because, if I would have never focused, and that's how easy, you got to achieve. Your achievements are very important for you to do in life. It takes a lot of commitment. You can't let things distract you. You can't let things take you off of your path. Because if you do so, now you're going to be lost in the sauce. And now as an adult, if you don't have any type of skills in this type of day and age in this world, you can be left behind. Because this technology is moving quick, very quick. And if you don't know how to work a computer, you don't know how to socialize with people, you don't know economics, you don't know how to think, you don't know biology, you don't know communication, social skills, you don't have none of these attributes, you don't have a trade that you're valued at, you can be left in the dust. And these kids they're picking up quick. They're getting all kind of information and knowledge right now. So the next generation is going to be beyond us because they're learning how to do robotics. They're learning how to control these robots, where they're going to be the ones controlling them and fixing them. That's the next jobs to come up. A lot of these jobs that people think that we're going to be having, they're not going to be here soon. Security, making food, working in distribution, all these things, restaurants, it's going to be all done by robots. And what they're going to be looking for is people to know cybernetics and information on how to um, get into these robots and how to reprogram them, how to refurbish them, how to do things of that nature, and how to use prompts and commands by a computer. Um, and if you don't know these type of things, you're going to be lost. So your achievements are very important. Go out, and if I didn't stress it before, go back to school. Go out and go get you a degree. You know, go get you a degree. Go learn some knowledge. You're never too old or too young to learn anything. It's very important in life. because the more you know, the more you'll grow in life. The less you know, you won't know, and then you don't know. You become a don't know. Nobody will know who you are. You won't know who you are, and you won't know what's going on. You want to have some type of grasp on what's happening around you because this technology is going to be moving quick, fast. It's going to be up and gone. You already see they have these damn robots now, and they're moving into the next one as the actual humanized android. I mean, these things look so much like a human. You're going to be lost in the sauce when you see one, and you're going to think you're talking to a normal person. You're going to be talking to a robot. So, yeah, achievements are very important because you have to know what's going to happen in the future, what's going to be your future, and how this economy is going to move, and what you can do to keep yourself set in life. And if you achieve, and you know your achievements, and you have goals that you need to achieve, when you achieve them, that is a prize right there because now it shows you have a value and people see that you have done these things and now they can come to you for information and knowledge and it makes you something of use. So, yes, my achievements are very important to me. And I want you to know that your achievements are very important to you. And I stress this in the most significant manner of letting you know that go out and achieve. Doesn't matter what your achievements are. I don't give a damn if you go out and make a mixtape. Keep making them. Keep making them. Keep making them. If you feel like you want to dance, keep dancing. Achieve more. Get better and better. Achieve it until you get recognized. Keep doing what you're doing. You got to make achievements. You can't let go of nothing. Because if you let go, that's when everything will fall apart. That's why I was telling you about my friend. Um, don't get sidetracked by anything. Focus on your mission and your goal, because that's at the end. When you achieve that, you're gonna feel so good and happy. Because when you look back, you're gonna say, "Damn, look what I did through all this turmoil and all these problems, all these situations." You know, I have a lot of friends that have been shot, some been murdered, some are in prison for lifetime sentences. They're never going to get out. Some of them are now homeless and mentally disturbed. You know, some of them are drug addicts now, and I've seen them and came by them, talked to them, communicated with them online. Some of them have achieved a lot, you know, and I'm happy and I'm proud of them. And I'm also proud of myself, but I'm saying um that is a hard task to do in life, to be focused and to come from a place to where everybody is attacking you. Because you know, we're not too far away from what happened in, the past still being in the present. We're still seeing a lot of social unrest, injustice of racial divide, and people still using that type of format to display their hatred towards other people and blocking them and using disturbing rhetoric, or I would say, just anything to make a person feel like they're not able to do what they need to do with themselves and conduct themselves in a proper manner. So we're still in a fight. So making achievements is very important in your life because those are the goals that nobody can take away from you. And in them goals, sometimes you may make history. You may be the first one ever in history to have done something, and that may open up a door that may just break a whole barrier for people that look like you or anybody like you that has come from your situation to go out and do more. So yeah, got to be a hard body, baby. Can't play. All right, so I'm gonna go to my last and final topic. I'm gonna come back with another bit of information, and this one right here is going to sum up everything. Like I said, I like to sum up everything in a Rose Room discussion. I like everything to connect. So let me hit you with another song, and I'll be back. All right, all right, all right. Right and slow down the block. Hmm. Yeah. So this is the end of the Rose Room discussion almost, and I'm going to come to my last topic right now. And like I said, the summary of my topics altogether were false statements when people are talking badly about you, giving a false narrative, defamation, slander on your name. What you need to do with that, as I talked about, is have self motivation, know who you are, what you're capable of, know your functions, know how you think, program yourself to be a better person, and then what you do in order to make this person be seen for the liar that they are, make achievements. So when you achieve now, nobody can take that from you when you get to that higher level. And the last one is the gig is up. The jig is up. Well, anyway, when you look at that from that perspective, what I'm saying to you is that when you go to that level, like I said, that I've been at, most people that are downplaying your name or disrespecting you, they can't really come with anything face to face with you. That's what I was telling you about the person, the lady, and the bunch of other individuals that spread the false rumors around me. When I confronted them, they were scared to be on camera. They were scared to talk about the discussion. I invited them to come on here. I invite a lot of people. When it comes to conversation and having a grown adult, dialogue between two people, a lot of people are not in that manner of intelligence. They feel they are because they can belittle you and play games with your name and talk about you because that's the power that they have. But when it comes to the actual truth of coming face to face with you and then having to deal with the audience listening to what they're saying, and that can also point out their false claims and basically see that they are not who they claim to be and that they are a liar. They don't want to be seen in that type of, you know, imagery or that fashion, I would say. So what they would do is they play the back. So how you kill them? You kill them softly. You kill them with your achievements. And then when it's over with, the jig is up. People can see now. The wolves pull over everybody's eyes. They can see now that that person is a liar. Because if this person said you were a drug dealer or a crackhead or this and that, it would be some proof within that. It would show you buying drugs. It would show you outside selling it, or it would show you on. But so if a person is waiting for like what I waited a year, 2 years, 3 years to see all, none of this has happened. Why are you playing games with me and my mind? You're disrespecting my mind. So that's what I'm saying to you. A lot of these people, they have been caught so bad that they're not even respected. So I've been through the situation with people thus far, and some of them been racially motivated. Like I said, when I came back to the Bay Area, remember I was the only African American on my crew when I was doing fire. So everybody else was either Hispanic American or European or Caucasian American. There were no other African Americans but me. So I dealt with a lot of rhetoric, people saying stuff, rude stuff, racially unpleasant stuff. I had to check them, almost got into some fights, some disputes. Had to calm myself down, had to find a better solution. I handled it in a much more adult manner. I went and filed a complaint. I filed a complaint on one of my crew members. He was saying the N word. He thought it was a joke. I told him, hey, man, I'm going to get you written up. I'm going to go talk to somebody. And he was talking all this crazy stuff. And I said, all right. Then made him apologize in front of me, made him apologize to the crew. Sometimes you got to do these type of things. Sometimes you can't handle everything in a street format because if you do, people will then use that against you as a way to now come with a type of particular little prescription for you. They'll say, oh, okay, now I know that if I can do this and I say the N word, he will get upset and now he want to fight. So now when he does that, I can go call the captain and have him placed over here. Then I'll walk over there while I call him the N word. So when he comes over there angry, they'll be looking at him and they'll have a perception about him that he's a crazed street person, that he can't be around us and conduct himself in a proper manner. And then another thing I would tell you to do is record. Don't be afraid to record stuff, bro. Don't be afraid to put stuff out there. That's why you have social media. That's why you have a camera on your phone. I tell this all the time to my relative. I say, hey, whenever somebody's following you, you feel uncomfortable, get on your video chat, get on your Facebook, get on these things because these things can save your life. If you feel a person is following you and they're a weirdo and they're stalking you around and you're a female and you know you're attractive and you know this person you don't want to be nowhere around them, or you're a young boy and a grown man is keep trying to, hey little kid, get your phone out, go live, because these type of things can save your life because that can get an image of the person, that can give detail where you're at, that can give information on where you were at that time, that can show what was going on, who was around. It's just so much can help out. We live in a digital age. Don't be afraid. Let them know that the jig is up. You caught. You seen. You greased. You know what I mean? It's nothing that you can do now. Everybody can see you for exactly who you are, what you're doing. Like I said, 9 times out of 10, when I done that with people, when they say rude stuff to me, and I tell them, hey, you know what? I recorded it. They'll retract real quick. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm done with this conversation. Yeah, exactly. I know you done because you know why? Everybody's gonna hear what your punk ass just said to me, and now they're gonna see that you're not the person you claim to be, and all the racist things that you said, or the rude things you said, or the sexual intent you said to somebody can now be heard and recorded and played back. And now that's embarrassing. That's one of the biggest embarrassments now because companies they don't take that lightly no more. You using racial slurs about people, um, degrading person due to their sexual activity, disrespecting people because of their skin color, race, origin, creed, identity, a sexual identity, talking about a person's physical appearance, saying stuff about them, stating that they have a disease or something like that. Anything of this nature can cause you to be fired. Claiming that they're a thief or because they look a certain way, they're doing something wrong. You got to be very careful what you're stating out of your mouth. And some people think they're very slick, that they can get away with it, that they're not going to be caught because they nobody hasn't caught on to them. They have, like I said, I worked at that place recently. I was telling y'all about. I was working at that store here in the city I live in. It's a clothing store, and the young ladies were very vulgar mouth. They just very rude sometimes, very rude. They thought because they looked a certain way, they can treat people a certain way, and some of them just because they had I would say a face that's that is a little pretty girl face. They can say little rude stuff to people, and I would hear them, oh that woman stinks like, uh, you know, I hate kids. They'll say little rude, and I'll think to myself, well, why would you be saying this on a open, broadcast where everybody's listening to you that works here, and you don't know who else is listening? And I thought to myself, who the hell is the owner of this place? Because if this person has this type of mindset where they're letting them talk like this about the clients that's coming in and paying for this type of stuff, they're the ones purchasing this product. You talking rude about them, and then certain people you don't like, and they wanted me to go and stalk down people they didn't like. Like if a female came in there that was more attractive than them, or they just didn't like, they wanted me to go and intimidate them. And I was like, I'm not no fucking bodyguard. I don't go bother people. I'm not interested in messing with anybody. I have my own problems. I'm just here to get paid, do my job correctly, make sure nothing is happening, nobody's hurt. I'm going home. I don't care about nothing that goes on after that. But you can see with people, when the jig is up, I caught them and I basically exposed them, told my company about what they were doing. That's why they came up with their little lie that they came up with. But other than that, like I said, sometimes you have to do that with people. Don't be afraid to record them. Don't be afraid to put them on video. Don't be afraid to show people that they did something wrong. Just because a person look a certain way don't mean anything. I don't give a damn how they look. I don't give a damn if those princess of the fucking Papam people. It doesn't mean nothing. A person still has to conduct themselves like an adult. They still have to treat people with normal respect. They still have to be nice and courteous. If you feel like that's something that you can't do, then this job is not for you. There's lots of people out there with better attitudes and that have good personalities that would love to take that position, that need that income. And you having an ugly ass attitude just because you look a certain way doesn't mean shit to me. 'Cause, if it was up to me, I'll get rid of your ass, fire your ass real quick if that was my company. I seen how you treat people. I wouldn't get down with no shit like that. But in this day and age, this is where we live at. That's why I kind of like this new day and age of the jig is up type movement. People are exposing people. Putting the cameras out. And like I said, if somebody make you feel uncomfortable, they're talking about you, disrespecting you. They're downplaying your achievements. They're downplaying who you are. They don't want you to know that your self worth is much more of a value. They're spreading false statements and rumors about you. Confront them. When you confront them, record it. Because that way, when everybody sees that they're really full of ish and that they're not real and they don't stand on anything, that would now, that would just basically deplete them of all the air that went to their fucking head and bring them back down to reality of who they really are, a normal human being. Ain't nothing about you more better than anybody else. You don't have gold coming out your ass. You don't have shiny diamonds coming out your vagina or your ding dong. None of these things exist. You are a normal fucking human. You just have something more than other people have. And if you choose not to treat people with respect, you're just abusing that. So yeah, let people know who they are. Don't be afraid. It's not going to do anything to you. It's not going to make you look bad. And sometimes you got to go against the big bad bully. Sometimes you got to go against the giant. Sometimes you got to let people know that this person is not what they really are. And then when you make that giant fall and they fall down to the people, see that that's nothing more but a normal human being. It's just a person that was just basically uh, just inflated with air up their ass. And they just basically thought that they were better than everybody else. And then when you deplete them of that air and you pop that little balloon that they got as a big ass head, people see that they're not really big as they were or big as they claim to be. So yeah, I've challenged a lot of people, with the jig is up type mindset. Like it's over with, buddy. You greased, you grind. Nothing you can come back with. And now when you do that, like I said, as an adult, people now show you more respect because they said, "Damn, them dudes talked about him so bad and did this and that, and he came straight head to head, face to face with them, confronted them in front of everybody, and everything they said, they retracted, rebutted it like a coward." So now, what does that make them look like? Make you look stupid. Like when you look at fighters in boxing matches or MMA or anything of that nature, and you see it's always one opponent with the big ass mouth. I'll knock you out. I'm gonna punch your eyeballs out. I'll have sex with your wife, and he does all this antics, all this stuff, screaming, yelling. Then when it comes to fight day, get his ass knocked out in the first, second, third round. It's over with. Like you like, damn, this dude was a joke. Like I seen one dude that came to the damn ring with a damn rapper and doing all these damn weird ass dances, had chains on his neck, got his ass knocked out. I was like, man, dude, you a waste of time. Did all this yelling and screaming and talking about you was gonna beat dude down, and I almost put some money on dude too. I said, there's something told me, no, I don't put no money on dude capping. But yeah, the jig is up sometimes for certain people. You can catch them for what they are. Like I said, when they try to devalue you and make you feel like you should not have no self worth and your achievements are nothing to them, and confront them in front of other people and show them who you really are with your intelligence. Break them down. Ask them what they have completed in life. Who have they helped? What have they done for other people? What have they done for their own family? What have they even done for their own mother, sister, or brother? You will see some of these people will be depleted of the air that they have in them, and they'll start to realize who they really are. You're nothing more than a normal human being. Nothing about you is more special than anybody else. Okay? None of us are better than anybody. I don't never run around here thinking I'm better than anybody. Like I said, I've been in situations where I've been around people of different races, and since they outnumber me, they would think that they can belittle me. I've been around people of my own race who have not achieved certain things, and they get mad at that and want to try to challenge me and take away my self achievements and my self esteem, and also want to spread false statements about me to make me feel as if I'm not nothing because they don't feel good about themselves. I had one dude. in the Bay Area. He's a artist. Me and him got into a little dispute. He tried to get all these people against me. I had no fear against him because I knew he was nothing. Come to find out, this man is nothing more but a damn pimp that goes around taking young girls from their families and prostituting them with these false narratives and brainwashing them and thinking that they did something good with their lives while they destroy their whole life getting STDs and diseases than having kids and then worshiping this man like he's somebody. He's not nothing. He was nothing at all. To this day, he's still not nothing to me. That's how I perceive him. He's an old ass man to me, trying to be a damn rapper. Okay, no, you too old for this, dude. I'm not gonna say anybody's name because, like I said, I don't get into that type of mindset. What I'm saying to you is that the man to me was really a joke. He tried to bring like all his group or something to intimidate me. I thought it was a joke. I said to myself, this man ain't even man enough to show up by himself. So if you ain't man enough to show up by yourself and you got all your friends and your goons and your goblins and your creatures and your little monsters, nigga, please. And that don't scare me. That's just showing me that you're not who you claim to be. Because if you was in a boxing ring, MMA, or anything else, you gonna have to come by yourself. Can't bring everybody else to fight for you. So that just shows me you're not a real man. You're just a person out there talk about people and belittle people and cause problems. And to me, it was very sad because his community was very impoverished. The man had all these chains and different cars and he shows off, but his neighborhood was so impoverished that people were homeless and they were playing his music like as if it was something of a achievement of a goal or something. I was like to myself, what's going on here? You got these damn kids out here starving, teeth messed up, lifestyle messed up. They're living in cars and family members on drugs that you're selling. And you got these little young girls out here being prostituted. Your city looks rough, rugged, and destroyed. And got these people out here worshiping you like you a damn entity or something or a deity. You ain't really nothing to me at all because you don't use your money for anything positive. You're not building your community up. You're not getting any type of trade programs in your community. You're not using your platform to do anything to help out your elderly in your community. You're not going out to get safe refuge for young girls who's being prostituted and taken off the streets and held at against their will to be forced by grown ass, stupid, illiterate ass men to have sex with other stupid, illiterate ass, dumb, ignorant men. You know, to me, it's like his time to me was a wasted time, and he didn't even live in a community like that no more. He moved to another community, so that's just you see they were still worshiping him, and he's still starting type of beefs and fights and all these type of different issues with people and want to get people murdered and killed. And I said, wow, this man is really a corrupt individual. He was so corrupt. I think he had got a young boy sent up to prison for like holding some ecstasy for him. And then to come to find out, he had told on the young boy because the young boy didn't do what he wanted him to do. But he had gave the young boy the drugs. So I said, this man is not only a drug dealer, a fake pimp, wannabe rapper, he's also a police informant. So he's just basically a neighborhood nuisance. He's a problem to society. And like I said to you, if you don't know who you are, your self worth, let people make false statements about you, break you down, let people take away your ability to achieve, you won't be able to pull the wool off of people's eyes and show them that the jig is up with some of these people. You won't be able to let people see that these people are fake. There's nothing popular about them, nothing powerful about them. What they got a car for telling on people, but they got a car because they sold drugs working for some type of DEA snitch or some police informant group that comes to impoverish your communities and to fill it with drugs and to get you and your people kicked out of it. And then they come and buy the property for a lower value, but they're working with law enforcement to get rid of y'all, to kick y'all up out of there because they really don't want y'all there. And they're using some type of gentrification type of conduct scheme by giving you guys drugs and act like they're the plug or the connect or they're poppy or some type of bullshit game that they're playing. Wake up, man. Wake up. This shit is a joke. It's not real. You see what I mean? It's a facade. It's something that's being played with your mind with. So that way you think that it's something there. But I understand. I come from poverty communities too, and I know some people saying, "Hey, I don't have no type of other way out." There's always a way out. That's improbable. If you can work out and get your body in shape, that means it's a way out. Meaning that if you know how to do something, it's something to be done. There's no way in hell. I thought the same thing. I was saying, "Oh, I can't go to work because this company." I said, "Oh, hold up. There's other things I can do. It's trade school programs. It's programs at colleges. It's other short term what's name career centers. It's everything I can do. I can't let somebody limit me because somebody fired me due to a lie. I need to go out and go find another way and make another path and get another type of income or just do something for myself to achieve something. I need to know my self worth, my value. These false statements and these falsified people or these false prophets can't stop me from moving forward in life to achieving something. So, yes, it's very important you do this. So that way, when you achieve that and you show everybody, now everybody's going to say that person that talked down about you, that did all this to you, the gig is up. They're going to look stupid. They're going to look dumb. And then they're going to look at what this person really been doing all this time, but destroying people in their community for years. Nothing. Look around you. What has this person done? Have they given you money to buy houses? Have they given you money to buy property? Have they allowed your kids to have a college fund to go to school to achieve something? Do they have money set aside for you and your family when it comes to harsh times and situations? Is your neighborhood cleaned up to where your kids can come outside and play? Do they have an investment set up for you? Do they have a trust fund set up for you? They don't have nothing for you. All this person has is bullshit drama and games and manipulation playing with your head and need you to get your income so that way they can live on a higher pedestal and they ain't about shit at the very end when you look at it. After all the years of doing it, you're going to look at it like, damn, this person really ain't about nothing. And me being around this person for all these years, what have I really accomplished in my life? Don't make the decision too late, my brother or sister or whoever you are out there. Make it now because it really makes an impact on you. Because, we in this day and age, you see the jig is up. You see what I mean? It's up. You know, one of the biggest jigs that we can see in America right now is that all the money that was used through the PPP loan, through the fraud scams of the type of what you call those I would say grant loans. Then we went to the unemployment insurance scams. Then we went to the Congress approving $999, or no, I think it was $990 for people to come from other countries and giving out money. I mean, here in this place I'm at, they offer people that come from all these other places $30,000 to $40,000 if they have children, and to get on a Section 8 program. So all this in one. And all this time they told us they had no money for the people that was indigenous here already to give them what they were owed due to the enslavement or impoverishment that they put upon these people and all the different experiments, Tuskegee experiments. We're just going to get into that. That's one. Okay. We're going to go into two, the Jim Crow Act. Okay. We're going to go into another third one, the war against drugs, when we found out that most of the drugs was brought in by who? Our own people. And don't let us get into the the Mr. Hoover, the I would say this, the sneaky manipulative person that used the COINTELPRO and all these other different things to track down and cause chaos within our communities by bringing drugs there and creating a bad environment just for his amusement to stop what he called a black messiah. So let you see all this time that we got here, they had the $990 million already sitting. They gave it to everybody else. But the ones who really deserved it, that been here, that been the most, how I could state this, we are the most um patriotic people. We have fought in every war that's been in this country. We are participating in every event from being on every different party side. We have took some of the most losses. Okay. I'm just gonna put that to the black towns that was flooded. Okay. So I'm not trying to make people feel uncomfortable, but I'm trying to let you know the jig is up on certain shit. We can see it for what it is. It can be it can't it's not hide it's not a place you can hide it anymore. It can't be hidden. Because now we know our value, our self worth, we know our achievements, and we know about the false narratives and the false statements people have made about us and our culture and our race and who we are thus far to build up to this point now. And now we can look and see and say, wow, they had all this money this whole time. They did not want to give it to us. They gave it to a bunch of people who came here with guns and from the gangs and running around in people's apartments and shooting them and robbing them. Isn't that crazy? You already had problems here already. You could have solved those problems by stopping those problems. You brought more problems here. So it just lets you see the jig is up. We aware. We own it. You feel me? I'm not trying to make anybody feel uncomfortable again. Like I said to you, and I'm going to say this for the last and final time. I'm not a part of any anti government group. I'm not a Muslim. I'm not Black Lives Matter. I've never been a part of it. I'm not a Black Panther. Never been a part of it. I'm not a part of any, I'm not a part of any government anti movement. Nothing. I'm just a person that is self sufficient, independent. To teach to each is what I intended. And I don't want society to invade this path that I laid. You feel me? So I'm going to speak my knowledge and information. And the way I'm doing that is by being for real. So you know what I mean? And I use my mind in that manner because I feel like as a human being, as a citizen, as an American citizen, and with the freedom of speech and the freedom of rights, I express myself. That's my amendment. I don't do anything to harm anybody, but conversation and discussion is what grown adults do to get to a solution. And sometimes you have to bring the hard truth to people to let them know that you can see them for what they really are. If they choose to keep doing what they're doing and playing the games that they play, they're going to pay the price that they're going to pay later on. I'm not worried about it. I know I'm going to be going to the Most High. Nobody can stop me from seeing Him. I know one day I'm not going to be here. I'm happy with that. I'm content with my life. I don't need tons of millions of dollars of riches. I don't need bad bitches. I don't need all these type of things, all these problems in my life. I just need to be happy, content, and peaceful, and get along with everybody around me, and make sure that they're happy and content, and I'm happy and I'm good. That's all I need in my life. But with that said, this is the end of the Rose Room discussion. I'm going to end it. I thank you and I appreciate you for tuning in. I'm going to leave you with this last song. And remember, your self worth. Don't let people make false statements about you. And go out and achieve everything you can in your life.